Hello everybody, it's Tommy and welcome back to another Create a Sim for the Disney Save. Today we're going to be working on some Mount Komorebi townies, and these are the 3 Emperor's Daughters from Mulan 2. These guys have been very highly requested. I have not seen Mulan 2 in a while, but basically everybody in Twitch chat and my patrons across the board and comment sections were like, please do the 3 Emperor's Daughters, the princesses from Mulan 2. I think that the second movie is based largely around them. I've read the plot. I'm sure I've seen Mulan 2 at some point, but I didn't really get an opportunity to rewatch it before creating these guys. But they're fun little characters. They're kind of interesting looking, and I really liked the idea of creating more princessy type of characters that might be able to get away with wearing some formal looking clothing as like their everyday versus our regular Disney princesses that are going to be walking around in a little bit more casual and then have their formal wear marked in the formal category. These guys are the Emperor's Daughters, so they're probably always dressed to be elegant. They're always going to kind of look the same, especially if you want to keep them recognizable from the movie as well. So that is who we're going to be creating today. Again, these guys are townies, so they are technically not going to have a residential. The Emperor is also going to be a townie for Mount Komorebi, and he will end up being in the same household as their father, of course. So you will likely see that Create a Sim coming up very soon here, as well as the Emperor's helper, who I believe will also be in the same household. We are going to do a lot that is based after the Emperor's Palace. Originally, the Emperor's Palace was supposed to go in Mount Komorebi, but we sort of ran out of space. So I am planning to do something that is relative to it and kind of, I guess you could say, a smaller version of it, but it will not be a residential. It will actually be a commercial lot of sorts. So these guys ended up being townies, but we had some extra time to start working on some townies. We are getting towards the end of Mount Komorebi. I still have a couple of lots left to do, but we are basically, the end is in sight, I guess you could say. So first up, we are working on May. She is the one that wears the pink, and she is actually Yao's significant other. Now, the first thing that we had that was sort of a major issue with all 3 of these characters was the hair. They all have really interesting hair that there's just no way that we were going to have in the game at all. Their hair actually reminds me quite a bit of Ariel's sisters, where it's just sort of like put up in very interesting different styles. So when I was streaming this, we thought it might be a good idea to maybe use some of the fancier, more intricate fantasy hairs that we have in the cast catalog that I don't really get an opportunity to use. And again, of course, trying to stick as close as possible to whatever hair fits the character. And for May, we decided to go with the vampire's hair, and I cannot think of another character that's going to end up in the Disney Save that this hair would work for. It is truly like a fantasy, very specific style hair, so I'm kind of excited that we did find an opportunity to use it, and I think she turned out really pretty. I'm actually using the Mulan base model, the same one that I used when creating Mulan, and obviously changing it very much, trying to match it from the movie, but I really like that model, that original one that I did. So I wanted to go ahead and use that one as sort of the base, and then I used the genetic system to replicate and make 2 more that look very similar, but they do look quite a bit different from one another. So the second one, Ting Ting, is supposed to be the older sister, and I did try to make her look quite a bit older. She also has like higher cheekbones and a slightly different eye shape, and of course a hair shape as well that is quite different. So they are different from one another, but they're all sort of stemming from the same base model to keep them looking cohesive. And they are not triplets. They are siblings, but they are not triplets, which I was a little bit disappointed about. I always like an opportunity to add something interesting to the save, and adding a new set of triplets would have been nice, but I did make the Bimbets triplets, and somebody pointed out that we do have another set of triplets coming when I make the little brothers from Brave. So, but yeah, we have Ting Ting. Ting Ting wears purple, and she is the significant other of Ling. She is kind of a more hot-headed, serious sort of person compared to the other 2 sisters, which is funny because Ling is a little bit of like a goofball, funny, so I think it's very much like opposites attract type of dynamic. As for their outfits, I really did want to use the Star Wars outfit originally. I've been using the Star Wars clothing for a lot of the Mulan characters. I think it's some of the only stuff that we have in cast that really resembles anything close to Chinese style clothing, but we do have one dress that comes with City Living, and I've been told that it's a Korean style dress, but it's kind of similar. It's very formal, the colors were right, and it's the same one that we used for Mulan for her formal wear when she does the whole matchmaking scene, that dress. It is the same one, so I've picked 3 of the different colors here and just made them match across the board. That was another thing that was really important. They're all basically wearing the same clothing in the movie, so I wanted to make sure that they were wearing the same outfit, and it just came in 3 different colors, which you wouldn't believe how hard that is to do sometimes. It always seems like when I'm trying to do a set of Sims that all wear one color of something, there's always the one color missing out of the group so that I can't actually pull it off. The fair folk had this problem. I have this problem constantly, but this ended up working out. We did have one that was like kind of pink, but it does have a lot of blue in it for May, but that worked out because the vampire's hair has a bit of blue in it. That's sort of the problem inherently with the way that the cast system works right now, where you have the hairs and the hair accessories attached to one another as one thing. You can pick black hair, but then you can't pick maybe like pink stones to go in the hair. You have to go with whatever is sort of attached to it. But it ended up working out literally for once, and you guys will notice that the new hair swatches, the new colors, are in CAS. Some of them are really nice. I'm very excited that they are adding new colors at all. I cannot understate that. Like, I am over the moon that they decided to do that. The likes and dislikes system is also in, and I did give these guys a couple of likes and dislikes. I think maybe some music likes, and I think they all like to sing, and they have like color preferences based after what they're wearing. But I will say some of the black hairs look very gray still, which was a little bit of a disappointment. And then we have Sue, the last one here. She is usually seen in orange, and her significant other is Chen Po. She seems to me to be like the dainty, smaller, maybe softer, and youngest one. That's kind of the vibe I got from her when I was creating her. So she has this very delicate, cute little face, and I think she is probably my favorite. I love the orange lipstick. I know that it's very bright, but the characters actually wear like very colorful lipstick like that to sort of match what their dresses look like. So I went for it, and I think that she's really cute. And that is going to be the 3 princesses, the Emperor's daughters. Let me know what you thought of them in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more Mount Komorebi builds and creative Sims coming up in the next few days here. If you would like to support the Disney Save on Patreon, you can do so by clicking the link in my description box down below, or the one at the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Hit that little bell icon below to turn on post notifications so you can get updated every single time I post, and I will talk to you all in the next one.